involved with the UKC?
Yes.
Yeah, I did a bit there.
Yeah. what uni?
Imperial.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so all of your seat controls are up here.
Yeah.
So literally just push it whatever way you want.
Yeah.
Get that all set up. You've got your short stubby lever here for your steering column.
Yeah.
And so your handbrake's down here.
Okay.
Push for on, pull for off, and your gear lever is up here. Up for reverse, down for drive, silver button on the end for park.
Okay.
So if you want to get yourself all moved in, I've got heated seats on at the moment, you can turn them off if you want.
That's all right.
I'll come round and join you.
Yep.
And just so you know, because it surprises some people, I have got a brake pedal.
Yeah.
So that's kind of our fail safe.
Yep.
What do you do at uni then?
Mechanical engineering.
Mechanical engineering at Imperial.
Bath.
No, so that's where I did it.
Right, yeah.
So same degree course.
Right, yeah.
So that tells me a bit about how I can explain stuff to you, probably.
Yeah.
Have you got a seatbelt on in the back?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. And what do you want to get out of our time together today?
Just have a bit of fun.
Bit of fun, cool.
Yeah.
How long have you been driving?
Since I was 17, so almost 2 years now.
Okay, cool. And before, are you used to an automatic or not?
Well, I've done what he's just done, which was the A-class thing.
Okay, cool.
Here, but that's the only
A while
automatic
ago
I've
then,
done. I've driven a McLaren with the flappy paddles at Thruxton.
Okay, cool.
So I'm used to the paddles as
Excellent.
well.
Before we go anywhere, could you just blip the gas for us? And then over to the brake. And a bit of gas. And over to the brake. Lovely. That's just to make sure you've felt the pedals in this car before we go anywhere. And then could you squeeze the brake pedal? We're going to push down into drive, so it's like the A-class. And then be mindful we've got a curb next to us and the quite nice alloys. So we'll come away to the right a little bit and then we'll head out down this access road. So you're saying a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Any ideas what a bit of fun entails for you?
We'll see, I guess.
So you say you've driven a McLaren at Thruxton, so there's an element of enjoying track probably.
Yeah. I do fancy the
drifting.
Because you don't really get a chance to do that.
Yeah. We're probably, I would argue, we're probably the best place in the UK for for that.
Yes.
Let's follow the road straight ahead.
Yeah. I also did, because at Thruxton I did 3 cars.
Yeah.
So I did.
Just following it straight down.
Did a Porsche Cayman.
Yep.
A single seater as well.
Yeah, like the aerial. Was it an aerial, something like that?
It was a Formula Renault.
Oh, excellent.
Well, no, it was either Formula Ford or Formula Renault.
Cool.
But it was an old 90s one, so it was really gear shift.
Yeah, great.
Really tough and difficult to get into gear. But
Let's just keep going down to where we can see that red SL's looping round.
yeah.
We're going to turn left at the bus shelter down there.
Okay.
And then it's going to be left, and out onto the South Circuit. And at the moment, we're in comfort. So we're going to have a little drive around here in comfort.
Yeah.
And then we'll start changing the nature of the beast.
Yeah. Cool. Is in here.
Yeah, so left and left.
Should I be indicating?
I would.
Yeah.
When I do hot laps around here,
Yeah.
I'm indicating. Because it just, there's a reason we indicate.
Yeah.
Just avoids confusion. And do you drive, so are you doing the karting as the driver, or are you part of a team?
Yeah, well, it's a team thing, but I'm a driver as well.
Yeah.
But I also have my own road tax at home, so that's where it started.
Excellent. They're rather good fun, aren't they?
Yes. I went out in it yesterday, actually.
Yeah, I quite fancy a second-hand road tax at some point.
Yeah.
Good cheap way of having some fun. so I'm gonna, on the next straight, I'll change it into sport mode. And I'm just gonna, I like how you drive it, but let's not push it out here. And I'll show you why. Good examples here, no barriers, straight into a wall. And then the next right-hander, it's a downhill grass thing, straight into an Armco barrier. So we need to, this is a handling circuit, it's just about getting a feel of the car. And how's it feel?
Nice.
So you say you've driven like McLaren and stuff like that. How's it compare?
Well, I was kind of on
different target audience.
It was on a different kind of circuit as well, because Thruxton's was the fastest circuit in the country. So it's very open,
wide open.
You can basically flat out on the straights, but it wasn't this tight, so it's hard to say. But yeah.
I do love the C63. Just a real sweet spot of a car. Right, Sport Plus. Also known as Smile Mode.
You can see. So
you alright in the back?
Yeah.
Cool.
What things is the Sport Mode changing?
You tell me.
Well,
you're the engineer.
Throttle response, sharper steering, stiffer suspension.
Yes, the sharper steering is essentially stiffer suspension. And the throttle response, but also it's just more willing to hold lower gears. Okay. Next time round, we'll come off there. What sort of car do you normally drive on the road then?
Ford Fiesta.
Cool.
It's my first car.
Excellent. That's exciting when you get your first car.
Yeah.
I actually drove my first car the other day because we sold it to the garage that I take my car to now, and it's now done 186,000 and it's feeling a bit old.
Yeah.
But it's quite cool getting the old car back. So off to the left and then turning right onto the main access road, please. And then there's a gap in the fence on the left-hand side. It's marked with blue cones. I'm going to come through there and into lane 1, which is the nearest of the 3 lanes here, where that car's just launching from. Okay, so we'll come to a stop at the number 1. Car in lane 3 will go first. So let's use this first time, not for absolute flat out acceleration, but let's use kind of 80% of the car. Not a precise figure, I know. Just not absolute to the floor. Build up to it, and then let's stop the car as quick as we can when I say stop. And it's going to be somewhere near after those 2 orange cones in the middle.
To hit the brake as hard as I can.
Let's stop the car as quick as you can, whatever that means. Okay, when you're ready. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, hard on the brakes.
Nice.
Great. And then we'll go round, left U-turn onto the access road again. So, what did you notice about that braking, if anything?
The ABS kicked in.
Yes, there was lots of ABS, wasn't there? What's the ABS doing for you?
It's stopping the wheels lock.
Yeah, okay.
So it's sort of flipping the brake and open.
Yes, so fluctuating the brake pressure about 60 times a second. Just to avoid that lockup. Why do we want to avoid the lockup?
Because you can't steer when you lock.
Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't give you the theoretically perfect braking distance. It loses slightly.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to ease off a bit to try and bring it above the ABS.
Okay, let's, because there's people queued up there, let's go right here and we'll stop between the two blue cones.
Gonna get wet.
So, first time down here, let's do that thing of just putting it into ABS and see how far it takes to stop. This is basically ice.
Yeah.
And then we'll come back and see whether we can beat our distance by staying on the edge of ABS instead. So, let me put a limiter on. 35 miles an hour, otherwise we'll just fly out the other end. So, can you see two blue cones on the left and one on the right?
Yeah.
When we go past the one on the right, we'll stop the car just as quick as we can.
Okay.
And let's just basically put it into ABS the first time. So it's a soft limiter, it'll just slow you down as you get up to 35. That's it. 3, 2, 1, stop the car. So you can feel that ABS really kicking in. Yep. So that takes half a sprayer less than the full length of the facility. Okay, let's pull away. There's 2 giveaway signs on the right. We'll go round and back up to where we started from. So there's not much grip there, is there?
No.
So this time, can you find the edge of ABS?
We shall try.
Any idea where the ABS kicked in within the pedal travel? Did you notice that as you went down?
I can feel when it starts vibrating.
Yeah,
and it gets less and less as you sort of.
Yeah, go on.
I can feel when I release the pressure a bit, the vibration gets smaller.
Cool. Yeah.
It's not
So
as heavy.
that's basically meaning that because you're not overwhelming the grip available quite so much. It's able to leave the brakes on a greater percentage of the time, which is going to result in a better stop, isn't it? So, we're going to try and find the edge of ABS, and it's going to be a moving target, the edge of ABS, because as we slow down, which way is it going to move within the brake pedal travel?
Up.
Yeah, so as we slow down, we're more likely to lock the wheels up, so we need to ease that brake pressure slightly. Let's just have a feel of that. So just trying to find the edge of ABS and stay on it if we can. So what percentage of the time were we in ABS there, do you think?
Got a bit more at the end because I wasn't lifting my foot
So
up.
that tells you how much it changes. As you slow down, we're much more likely to lock the wheels up. You are actually we stopped in the same place, but you started braking about half a car length later.
Yeah. Where are we going now?
We'll go back to the same place.
Okay.
And you told me earlier, why do we have ABS on cars?
Stop you. Well, to allow you to steer when you're braking and when it's not.
Let's go steer while we brake. So we'll treat that, we're going back in the same place. We'll treat that wet straight as 2 lanes of traffic. So an imaginary dotted line down the middle. We'll drive along on the left-hand lane. And then when we get to those blue cones, let's try and do an emergency stop and avoid a parked car by coming into the right-hand lane and then back into the left-hand lane.
Okay.
Are you happy with that briefing?
Yeah, so we're starting left.
Yeah, so left-hand half, brake and avoid into the right-hand lane and back into the left-hand lane.
Okay. And are we braking as hard as we can? Or...
I'll leave that up to you.
Okay.
So our aim is to get it out into that right-hand lane and back into the left-hand lane and stop it as quick as possible. And you've got to work out the compromise in there.
Let's try.
And if we spin, we're just going to stand on the brake.
Okay.
So 3, 2, 1, brake and avoid. Lovely. What did you notice?
It's kind of swaying around.
Yeah, let's pull the light up to the giveaways again. You can use plenty of gas if you want, just have a feel of what it does. So you can feel the wheel spin.
Spinning,
And that's with traction control completely on. We're going to turn traction control off in a bit.
Yeah. Going back again.
I've got a feeling we're not going to have a time where there isn't a queue here.
Yeah.
So let's just pull up next to the black car. And we'll make sure that, just come to a stop just behind them, basically. Here, that'll do. And then if you just put it in park for a second.
Press the button.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. So yeah, because this is kind of the main thing we want to get in, isn't it? This is what we definitely want. So, given it's a busy day, I want to get a banker in, and then if there's a bit of a gap later, we'll come out and spend plenty of time.
That's cool.
So, what did you feel as we did that hard braking and avoiding?
Did it have stability control on?
Yeah. So what was the stability
feel,
control doing for you?
Well, does it brake different wheels to try and keep?
Yeah, it's braking individual wheels almost as an anchor to pull you back into straight lines.
I can feel it doing that.
And that's what. So, really, that's what this is for.
Yeah.
To start playing with taking that off. Just so you know, I can explain it now. So traction, everything on, normal, no lights on the dash. Sport, halfway house, and then hold it down and you get completely off. Cool. Okay?
Yeah.
So, I'm going to suggest we go out there with traction control on, try and get the back end to move about a bit, and then come back into line.
Yeah.
And then once we got that down, by doing it a couple of times, let's go into sport mode, feel it move around a bit more, and then depending on what the cues are like, that might be it for our first go, and then we'll come back and see whether we can turn it off.
Yeah.
And you can see how slippery it is, because they're barely moving.
Yeah.
You can't hear the engine.
No.
So he's just on a little throttle opening, and it's really lighting the rears up.
Yeah, it's like slicks on a wet circuit.
Yeah. Or cold tyres.
Yeah.
And what you do then is, as the instructor, you say, okay, and let's come off, and it looks like it was intentional.
Yeah. Yeah, I see the instructors doing that, and then they just do a 360 and just come straight off.
So out here, generally, we try and keep half a lap separation, which is why he's stopped. And it's just a case of that can wax and wane, it'll get bigger and smaller. Yeah. It's not a precise rule, but it's just trying to keep some separation. And how are we going to get that back end out with traction control on as we go out there?
Just a bit of a blip and then...
Yeah, so it'll make sense to you, I think, like an impulse rather than a building. So it's an impulse to get to break that traction. It's not a huge amount of gas, because then we'll just spin.
Yeah.
And then to maintain it, it's coming down from that peak, which might only be 2,000 RPM.
Yeah.
And then it's just keeping it at
balanced
1.5 or something like that. And you can chug around there on quite low revs.
Yeah.
Completely sideways.
Yeah, not very fast.
Yeah, it's only about 15 miles an hour to drift a C around there. So have you ever had any experiences with being sideways in a car, or?
Well, all the time in a go-kart,
yeah.
I can feel my car move around.
Yeah.
Not sideways, as obviously it's front-wheel drive, so
yeah.
it's quite difficult to get the rear out. But
yeah.
You can feel it. It's got quite hard, small tyres. So
yeah.
You can feel the car move a little bit. But
cool. Yeah, you don't really want it moving about too much if you're on the road. Okay, I think they might be coming off, going by the hand gesticulations. Yeah, cool. So we'll let this black number 9 come past, and then we'll drop in behind them.
Drop it into drive.
Yep, exactly.
Great C-class, you carry on.
Okay. And then coming on. Great, so we're going to leave traction control on just for a little bit.
Yep.
Getting into the middle lane, the slipperiest one. About 12 miles an hour. And then a little blip once we've got that right hand steering on, and see if we can get that back end to just come out slightly. Reset to about 12 miles an hour. Because we want the front to definitely have grip. We don't want understeer. Blip on that gas. There we are. Nice. Same again.
It's not picking up fast enough.
Right, let me go. It should be picking up in Sport or Sport Plus. Blip on the gas.
So you're doing
right.
I think it's
so
more throttle actually.
It's actually also trying to kill that extra gas, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you can feel, you said about the stability control. So let's kill some of that. So putting it into sport mode. Okay. And then easing off and straightening it out again. Really nice. So I'm just going to get your speedo back.
Yep.
Just press OK and you get your speedo back. That was really nice. What I'm going to suggest straight away is your steering, you're trying to keep your kind of track style steering.
Yeah.
Your push-pull steering that you were taught for driving on the road works great. Or even, I use the van driver palm.
Yeah.
Just to get that steering on to catch it, and then it's just minute movements just to keep it balanced. Okay, let's get up to about 12, 15 again. That's it, little blip on the gas. Easing off slightly, more steering to the left. All the way to the left. Off the gas, that's it. So when it's really getting to full lock, you haven't got any more options with your steering left, so that's when you just ease off to bring it back slightly. And when you're in sport mode, it might let you then get it back out by pressing the gas, but certainly when we've got stability off completely, it will let you steer it with the gas. So now that's working really well. Let's turn everything off. So gentler with the gas. Let's have a feel. Let's see if we can just get the back end to come out and come back into line. Nice. Same again. And then can we get it to just stay out for a second or two? So it's that blip, and then kind of think of it almost as a gentler second blip or something like that. Keep looking around that corner, well ahead. Off the gas, and just straighten it up. Lovely. Really nice. With your steering at the moment, once you've caught it, you're then quite digital with it. Can we smooth it out so it's like,
I'm trying to feel
really you're steering the car with the gas? So you can pretty much, I generally drift with the steering wheel like that. So it's actually done a full turn and it just sits there and it's just fine tuning.
Should I go?
Let's just let them get away slightly from us. Okay, when you're ready. It's about 12 miles an hour, something like that. They have spun, but let's just get a little mini drift in first. So, can you feel that pendulum? It goes out and then it starts to grip up and wants to come back again.
Yeah.
That's when you can, as it's starting to come back, you can rescue it by just blipping the gas again. Okay, they're coming off. Excellent.
Need to go faster first.
Easing off the gas. Yeah, so as soon as we go over that white line, we're going to lose the thing. Let's just keep rolling. Go around. Less gas. Try go for smaller blips.
Yeah, it's just
lower revs.
There's a bit of a
better,
delay between it, so I'm trying to figure out sort of time step.
Yeah.
It sort of went really straight all of a sudden.
Yep. Any idea why that is?
Well, it's just too fast a wheel spin, I think.
TC wet circle, please. Let's just keep rolling. We don't want to get in the way of the guy behind of us. So, it loses grip there. So we actually need to slow it down for that bit. If we want a full lap, we need to slow it down there.
Is it always at that bit?
At the moment, it's there.
Yeah.
It just, we don't get a perfect friction all over. So actually, you want to be almost more sideways there, and just with the car going slower, so you've not got as much force going through the front tyres.
So it's this side of the track.
Yeah. So let's see if we can do like a 3/4 lap then. So we started at the on-ramp.
Drifting out a bit.
Yep, saved it.
Now it's going.
There's a less grippy place, but then as it straightens up, that's it. So now do the same again for this area. We know it's slippy. Off the gas, ride it out, and we're going round. So hard on the brakes. Lovely.
Got the spin
Go
one.
around to the right.
Nearly made it a lap.
Let's come off to the left.
Nearly made it a lap.
Just to the left of the white estate, please. And then let's go left. Okay, I feel like we've got a bit of unfinished business out there if we can get back out there. But we've got a banker in, and I think...
Oh, that was fun.
Well, it was fun, good. And also it kind of came together quite quickly, didn't it? Let's go right through the gap, and we'll go into lane 2 this time, please. I think we're about to hear a GTC in full flow. I think they're wanting to go before us. Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah.
Is that fun?
So, we're going to use lanes 2 and 3. And can you see the yellow discs?
Yes.
So we're going to do a slalom. Right of the first disc, left,
Yep.
right, left, right where the 2 orange cones are, and come back.
Okay.
And then the discs continue beyond the orange cones.
Going to continue them after.
Yeah, so first time, we'll put it on 30 miles an hour as a soft limiter.
Okay.
Okay, when you're ready.
Turning around the other side.
It's just a case of really trusting the grip that the car generates. Back to the left here. So. Nice. Let's go around again, and I'll increase the speed a bit. So how did that feel?
Yeah, pretty stable actually. I don't think my Fiesta would be as stable.
Yeah, there's probably a bit more body roll in it.
Yeah.
Fiesta. So, I'm going to suggest, as we up the pace, we're going to have to trust a bit more in the grip. There was an element, let's just drop back and let them go if we can. And we'll keep going now. Kind of first come, first serve.
Yeah.
Try and stick to that. Lane 2, please. So that white E-Class is going to go before us. Okay, us. We're going first. Right, so limiter up to 37 when you're ready. Trying to avoid the cones, so we don't want to actually go on them. That's it. So the first time, the first half there, it was like you were trying to take the racing line.
Yeah, it's not an apex, is it?
No, let's try and avoid it.
Yeah. I just realised at the end there was more steering actually in the car.
Oh yeah, this is what I'm going to try and get you to do now.
Yeah,
let's use more steering lock.
Yeah, I was trying to straight line it a bit, but actually it's got...
And really trust how much grip the car's got in it. We'll stay. I think we're in a bit of a procession for 30 seconds.
Cannot escape traffic anyway.
And we'll go back into lane 2. Yeah, let's do that.
Don't hit the cone.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's same again, but use more steering lock. That's a bit. Come on.
We're good.
I'm okay for you to go. I'm in the white D-Class estate.
Okay. Chrissy, go first. And then we'll go. And then. Okay, so using more lock, really trust how much grip the car's got. And let's go. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Still grips, doesn't it?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's got a wide line, it's still good.
Yeah, I encourage people to put as much clearance as you can in, because it makes it more fun.
Yeah. Nice.
Right then, I'm trying to work out whether there's a queue for the circle or not. Because is that where we'd like to go if there wasn't a queue?
Possibly.
Okay. So let's see where that black car that's currently creeping out goes. Yeah, let's carry on. We might be the first in the queue, or there might be a gap.
Yeah.
We can't see yet. So, what do you think of the car?
It's very nice.
It's alright, isn't it? Yeah, we have some people, like you get people come in here and say, oh, C63 is really unstable or whatever.
Yeah.
Went down there fine.
Yeah.
But it does require, it's got the power to be a handful if you treat it wrong. Perfect. I wanted to go the other way around.
Okay.
Anti-clockwise, please.
Interesting.
I think this is actually easier because the windscreen pulls your view across.
I was gonna say.
So, traction control completely off. Press OK, you get your speed back. Unless you've mashed the buttons while you were drifting. There we are.
There we go. Good.
Okay, when you're ready. We know this bit's slippy.
Going round straight away. Just trying to get it down. Going round this way, I've kind of ruined his flow. It is slippery there, I swear.
So this is the grippier side, this bit.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can just get the back end out a little bit. Let's build into it again. You can feel the grip changing underneath. So it's a case of trying to keep that speed down, really.
It's annoying because you want to get the back end out more and then it suddenly goes straight on.
Yeah.
So it's kind of,
Okay, so remember, this first bit's really slippy, isn't it?
Yeah.
We know that. So if you can get it slightly sideways, and then you can keep playing with it, that's it.
too much throttle there. Going straight, come back.
But you can actually rescue it.
Yeah, it's just sort of lower the revs a little bit.
Yeah. And turn in a bit.
Yeah.
And turning in actually just flicks the back end out of it. Let's see if we can get back over that white line.
I was just scared of going slippy bit. Nearly allowed. Come on. Going straight. Come back. I think that's a lap.
Yeah, it's about a lap, isn't it? Let's see if you can do two. Still sideways.
Slow it up a bit.
See if we can do a little bit less work with the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Just relax things a little bit. 1.5.
There we go. I've got to do the speed. At least this person's not spinning.
Yeah, we'll drift half. Let's see if we can do a full lap again. And we'll make this our last round unless this guy gets come on. Because then we'll go on track and come back to this later. That was really nice. There was a long period there where it was really nice
when
and
it
calm.
starts to go, you want it to do what you want quickly and you start stabbing at it.
So something that might help is every action has a consequence.
Yeah.
So the fewer actions you can make, the less it's going to go on. Let's come off between the two goings this time. Straighten it out, and I'll put traction control back on. So, onto the access road and turning left, please. So we'll do a few laps out on track.
Yep.
And worth saying, we're going to keep everything in a straight line.
Yeah.
And it's about smooth throttle application now, rather than using that gas to get the back end out. We're just trying to keep everything in a straight line.
Well, at least it's not ice. So.
Yeah, it helps in that respect. So
Straight
stop
on.
in here. No one from the right hand side. Let's creep out onto the left. You've got a pass in place here in case somebody quicker than us comes up behind us. No passing. I mean, it's so narrow you wouldn't think you could, but. straightening out onto the back straight. There's a surface change just at this orange cone.
Okay.
So this new surface is a bit slipperier than the last.
Right.
Because it's only about a week old.
Yeah.
Looking over the wall, you get the...
Yeah.
And then this is a long tightening right-hander. Yeah, sure. We'll just go in that passing place.
Okay.
Just for... So if we just pull into where it says PP,
Yeah.
and I think we'll just let 2 past. And then I think we've just got our own space.
Yeah.
So let's just wait a couple of seconds. And then we're in our own space because we can back off if we catch them. Great. I guess you have to do this sort of stuff with BUKC, don't you? Trying to find a clear lap for qualifying and stuff.
It's quite a bit of... Well, they've improved it this time because it used to be, for qualifiers and stuff, rookies and experienced in the same sessions.
Yeah.
So
wait till it's straight. 6 cones, nice hard braking.
yeah, so it used to be in the same session, so it used to be constant yellow flags when you've got newbies and experienced.
And when they spin, you can't self-start them, can you?
Until now, because they're getting Rotax engines.
Excellent.
Which is a great news.
No, I remember the pusher cards.
Means no pushing off, no people falling over. But yeah, and also I have a Rotax, so it helps.
Yeah. I'm going to suggest we'll go past the junction and then we'll just back off a bit, and that should give us the best space. If we go past them, we're going to end up in a gaggle of cars.
Yeah.
So actually, let's just back off here. Okay, let's just keep rolling. They'll probably keep going. Okay, let's nip past them. They're obviously wanting to have a chat.
Yeah.
Thank you, Black A45.
It does have more, doesn't it? I always leave a bit in margin, but I keep turning the wheel and it actually has more.
Yeah.
Build it up there. There's still, yeah. It does still.
Right in the back.
Yeah.
Gone a bit quiet.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh yeah, we've got someone in the back.
Yeah,
They haven't spoken for a while.
it.
That's normally a bad sign. Right, we're in a right big gaggle now.
Still got a turn. Doesn't understeer at all.
So what I'm going to suggest is, seeing all the cars are out here, let's go to the circle.
Okay.
Does that sound alright?
Yeah.
Because as I went past, there was only one car on the circle.
Yeah.
not be angry if he's had the same idea. So turning right onto the access road. It's not looking good.
I think everyone's got the same idea. Unless they're timed up. But they all start at the same time, right? So.
We should roughly be on the same time scales. Let's turn right. Yeah, they have the same idea. So just pause so that we can get around them if they're, you know, just.
Yep.
I assume they're just waiting for this car to come around one more time.
Denzel, you better make your way on.
Yeah, great. Let's just stay stopped here, just so that the white car, I think he's going to come out.
That's cool.
And then we can come on. Anti-clockwise again.
Nice.
Probably the ideal one for us.
Yeah.
It seemed to be a bit harder, didn't it? So, traction control off. Get the OK for you. Yeah, so what, also, particularly when you steer suddenly to the right, it literally just washes you out to the side. So can we smooth that steering out? It's like some sort of weird Zen thing. And also, if you try and tuck the car in a little bit closer to the white line on the left,
Like that noise because you can't hear the engine as much.
yeah,
Because you go off the revs.
yeah. Okay. At the moment, I think you're looking quite. You know, when you're like a learner driver and you look just in front of you and everything's really jerky. Let's look further ahead,
yeah.
and that might help smooth things out. Because then your hands are just following.
Going out, come back. Then it slows down.
Okay. Let's straighten out. There's a lot of good stuff in there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Let's try manual mode, and let's hold second or third.
Yeah.
So I'll put manual on. Obviously, you've got your paddles. Let's go for. Let's try it in second, and then we'll try it in third. And there's so much torque. It's very gentle, but there's going to be lower revs now, I think. So I think we were in second before when we did it in auto. But then you could upshift into third if you want as we go around.
Should I go now?
So just try third, yeah.
Go now, come back. Just when it grips up on the edge as well.
Yeah. So can you just keep it trickling around in third? You get quite a bit of time though, don't you? When most people think, oh, it's going to be instant, but actually you've got.
Come on. Then it comes up. Now I'm going straight.
And then let's ease off the SL spot.
Stip sliding.
Yeah, I know, it gets really bizarre, doesn't it?
10 now.
It now feels like the car's going the wrong way.
Yeah.
What do you think of second versus third? I think you had more of a go in second than third.
I like second because you can hear the RPM better, so you can because I find I'm leaving my foot on the throttle, not knowing how much RPM is coming in, then suddenly I realise the revs have come up because I haven't been able to hear them because they were low.
Yeah, I would suggest, I know it's unfortunate with this, let's try third. I just prefer some lower revs for the surface.
Okay, yeah, that's probably.
So it drops into second as soon as our speed comes down. So if you go up to about 60, then up into third. So also think about, if you want the back end to come out, think of an impulse rather than straighten it up and let's spin it round to go the other way. So not too many revs, just gently. So, we'll go that way. So we'll just do one lap this way and then we'll head in the other way. TC wet circle, please. Slippy here.
Yeah, I know.
Nice. Best you've done that. And then let's straighten it out and we're going to come up. Lovely. We're going to have to head back.
Oh, nice.
Enjoy that?
Yes. That was very fun.
Brilliant. Traction control is all back on. Okay.
Are we still in manual?
Yeah, I'll just take it out in manual. So round to the right, please, and then we're just looking for somewhere to park it. Let's just keep going around. Can you see there's 2 parking spaces behind this black C? We'll come back to them.
Yeah.
The 2 GTs, we'll use it as a roundabout and come back.
Yeah.
And obviously just be careful with my lovely alloys.
Yes.
So don't get it too close, basically. That'll do. Great.
Cool.
Lovely job.
Thank you very
and
much.
then into park, please. Lovely.
64.
How was that?
Very good. Thanks.
Really enjoyable. I enjoyed that as well, which is normally a good sign.
Yes.
felt really nice and safe, particularly out on track. Not always the case. So yeah, and I appreciate how you did it. Really nice one.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Enjoy it, Sam.
Yeah.